Joining us right now. Always good to see you, my man.
Nice, buddy.
And I have to give you props because last time I saw you, this gentleman said, you know what, I'm going to do a lot of great work with Free the Children. One of my big tasks, climb Kilimanjaro, and you did it.
We did. I was just telling you earlier, it was 8 days that I wouldn't trade for anything, and 8 days I never want to do again.
I hear it's grueling.
Yeah, it really was. But you know, I did it with my best friends, and we were able to raise over $500,000 for clean water in East Africa. So we set out to sort of do what we planned to do. So that's all we can ask for.
So nonchalant with the way that you describe it. I want to see some of these visuals that you have brought. Take us through day by day of how extreme this gets, because I've heard some horror stories.
Yeah, well, you know, we set out hoping that I'd be able to do about 50% of my hands and 50% of my wheelchair. When we got there, that wasn't the case, and I was walking way more in my hands than I ever anticipated. So I actually had to let go a little bit and help my friends help me. Yeah. On top of that, at summit day, the roles were reversed. My friends got really sick with altitude sickness. I didn't. So then it was my turn to sort of help them get to the top and back down again. So it was extremely grueling. I mean, it was sore for weeks after.
The moment you get to the summit, and you know you just conquered one of the biggest feats in the world, what was that feeling like?
It was two things. It was like, great, we've achieved our goal. We raised the amount of money that we needed to raise. But on top of that, it was sort of like, you know, I was told I would never walk or be a functioning member of society. And I was at the top of the tallest mountain in Africa. So it was sort of like for the world to be like, look, there's more we can all do if I can do this.
Such a great message in terms of positivity and ambition. Thanks, simply put. And I know you've been a part of the Wee Days with the Free the Children group. The Kilo Burgers have been on this show, which is awesome. You don't stop there. And I was just saying, okay, what's the next adventure? You're like, I'm all about adventures. What just happened with the journey from Edmonton to Calgary?
Yeah, we just did something called We Walk for Water, where my buddies and I, same that I climbed, walked from Edmonton to Calgary. It was about 300 kilometers, almost a full marathon a day for 11 days, raising awareness about clean water and how far people and women in general have to walk to collect water. And we had incredible support, people stopping us along the highway, stopping at schools along the way to give presentations. It was awesome.
When you meet a lot of these kids, I mean, you have the chance to do something really profound with the message you get across. What is the advice that you give to them, because you are inspiring the masses with what you've been able to accomplish?
Well, what I hope to do with my story is to inspire people to recognize that we all have the power to make a difference, regardless of who we are, where we come from, or what our abilities are. It's really focusing on the things that we can do and pairing that with an issue that you're passionate about. For me, it was, you know, being able to walk, and I'm passionate about water. So that's sort of what we hope people take away from what we're doing. And
with your story, double amputee at the age of 5, right?
Yeah.
Who do you go to for your sense of inspiration? Because we all go through our cycles, good days, bad days. Who keeps you up when things aren't so hot?
Yeah, my parents are absolutely incredible. I mean, they sort of raised me to be the way that I am. So them and my friends and all these incredible people, especially the people that were hoping to join us on the Whistler Water 1 climb coming up in June.
Yeah, let's get into this. Grouse grind, never an easy hike. Anyone that comes to Vancouver and does this, you know, you got to work on this one.
Totally. We're really excited. So Free the Children launched a campaign. We're trying to bring clean water to 100,000 people for life. And Grouse Mountain and Whistler Water have been a huge partner of ours. And so they're doing the Whistler Water 1 climb, where they're challenging community members from all over the Lower Mainland to come on June 22nd, dress in blue, literally flood the grind, and sign up on their website, oneclimb.ca, and raise money and come do a physical challenge.
And you know, the supporters for the clean water projects, like you mentioned, over in Kenya, I had the privilege, thanks to Craig Kielberger, of going over to the Free the Children camp and seeing the result firsthand, and I think that's always powerful. What has the progress been for all of this work you have done, for the messages with the kids at Wee Days? What are the results you have seen, especially in Kenya with these camps and the education that's now accessible?
Yeah, that's the coolest thing about my job, is that I spend my time speaking, and then during the summer I run our volunteer trips, so I get to visit the communities every summer and see the change that's happened. So to see communities now have access to clean water where they never had it before. The women aren't having to walk as far anymore. That's right there in the community is absolutely incredible. And the education that the kids are now bringing home to their parents, teaching them things like, you know, washing their hands and simple things like that. It's really cool to see how full circle it's come, and then to take what people have done here, like they're going to do, you know, at Grouse, and get to see what's implemented overseas is really awesome.
You know what I think is awesome too is the filtration system that you guys have put in place. I did that 1 mile walk with some of the mamas at the huts, where you go down to the river, you got a 30-pound jug on your shoulder, a mile back, and you're walking through mud just so they can have clean water.
Absolutely.
So kudos to you guys and the crew. Say hi to the Kielbergers from Breakfast Television.
Definitely will.
Always good to see you.
Likewise, man. Appreciate it.
You're on Twitter too, yeah?
I am.
How can they follow you?
Yeah, at Spencer, the number 2, the West.
Awesome. All right, and freethechildren.com/WeWalkForWater. Another great cause, and oneclimb.ca at the grind. Get out there with the blue shirts and support this man. We will take one final break here on BT and cue things up for next week's slate of shows. What's next, man? What's next?